Hello, BookTube. I have a much needed book haul to show you today. This book haul includes books from several orders. The first being my first order with Blackwell's, the bookstore in the UK, which a number of people here on BookTube have turned to with the closure of Book Depository, which was a UK-based bookseller that sold books around the world without shipping and handling fees. So that's the first book I'll show you. So for a while, I've had my eye on La Serenissima, The Story of Venice by Jonathan Keates from Head of Zeus Books. The hardcover edition of this book in the US is madly expensive, and I despaired of ever getting an affordable trade paperback copy of this book with the closure of Book Depository. But having heard about Blackwell's, I decided to check them out and decided to put in an order. I ordered 2 books, the first one being La Serenissima, the second one being a book that I'll tell you when it comes in, which it was on pre-order. So basically, let me talk a bit about the book, and then I'll talk about my experience with Blackwell. So, everything about Venice, observed Lord Byron, is or was extraordinary. Her aspect is like a dream, and her history is like a romance. Dream and romance have conditioned myriad encounters with Venice across the centuries. But the city's story embodies the hard reality of an independent state built on conquest, profit, and entitlement, and on the toughness and resilience of a free people. In this new study of key moments in Venice's history, from its half-legendary founding amid the collapse of the Roman Empire to its modern survival as a fragile city of the arts menaced by saturation, tourism, and rising sea levels, Jonathan Keats shows us just how much this remarkable place has contributed to world culture and explains how it endures as an object of desire and inspiration for so many. So, that was La Serenissima. So basically, I put in the order, I made an account. I'm going to check it sometime today or tomorrow to sort of look and see how things have changed in the week since I put in my order. But basically, Blackwell's will send you like an order confirmation, and then a few days later will inform you that the book has been dispatched. Although they will not give you a tracking number. I don't know if that tracking number would appear in an account or not. I didn't get around to checking it. Now, I have Informed Delivery, which is a service that the United States Postal Service provides that basically allows you to track your mail, both mail pieces and packages. And a few days ago, on the 9th, I saw that the book was local to it arrived. So Blackwell's or whoever they use to ship their books from the UK to the US uses within the US one-stop mailing, which has, I guess, recently started to have a more local last stop. Because one-stop mailing also services like Owl's Books, Discover Books, Hippo Books, and others. And they used to basically pop up once they got to Grand Prairie. Although sometimes you could track them a bit further along or earlier in the chain. But lately they've been showing up once they hit, I guess, a Woodway location or, well, location nearest to the local post office, I should say. And then the book was held for several days before being tendered today to the local postal service. So that's how that worked out. So it turned into about 2 weeks. I think a little less than 2 weeks, because I think it was I dispatched on the 3rd. I think I got the email saying it was on its way on the 3rd. And today's the 11th, so it was less than 10 days to get to me once it was shipped. But it was about 3 or 4 days, give or take, before I got the email saying it was shipped out since I had ordered it. So anyway, really enjoyed my experience with Blackwells, and I will be sure to shop with them in the future for more UK trade paperbacks and other books that I might not find in the US that will be published in the UK. So the next 2 books are from an order I put in last week with Libris. I think it was Owls, although the packaging said Discover. Anyway, so these 2 books are rebuys, although the first one is not in the same format. So this is 3 plays by Thornton Wilder. It is an omnibus of Our Town, The Skin of Our Teeth, and The Matchmaker. So I'm rather fond of Our Town. It is one of my favorite plays, and I've been wanting to add this collection of plays back to my collection for a while. So this is an ex-library copy from Alachua County Library District. And I also reacquired Source by Mark Doty. This is a slim volume of poetry. This is, I think, his 7th collection, and it was published in the early 2000s. I had this collection for years and really enjoyed it, and then got rid of it, and I've wanted it back for a while, so I'm happy to have it. The next 2 books are more works of history. Just ordered these 2 from Amazon. First up is Germany by Germany 1923 by Volker Ullrich. As the great Austrian writer Stefan Zweig confided in his autobiography written in exile, I have a pretty thorough knowledge of history, but never, to my recollection, has it produced such madness in such gigantic proportions. He was referring to the situation in Germany in 1923. It was a year of lunacy, defined by hyperinflation, a political system on the verge of collapse, and separatist movements that threatened Germany's territorial integrity. Most significantly, Adolf Hitler launched his infamous beer hall putsch in Munich, a failed coup that nonetheless drew international attention and demonstrated the Nazis' ruthless determination to seize power. In Germany 1923, award-winning historian Volker Ullrich draws on letters, memoirs, newspaper articles, and other sources from the time to present a captivating new history of those explosive 12 months. The crisis began when the French invaded the Ruhr Valley in January to force Germany to pay the reparations it owed under the Treaty of Versailles. For years, German leaders had embraced inflationary policies to finance the costs of defeat. And as Ullrich demonstrates, the invasion utterly destroyed the value of the German mark. Before the war, the exchange rate was 4.2 marks to the dollar. By November 20th, 1923, a dollar was worth an incomprehensible 4.2 trillion marks, and a loaf of bread cost 200 billion. Facing the abyss, many ordinary Germans called for a national messiah. Among the figures survived for that role was Hitler, a 34-year-old veteran who possessed a uniquely malevolent personal magnetism. Although the Nazi coup in November was put down and Hitler arrested, the putsch showed just how tenuous the Weimar Republic, the first German democracy, was at its core. So yes, I have several other books that cover this topic, and I'm really excited to read this one. as well. And finally, I picked up Alexandria, the City That Changed the World by Issa. So this is the history of Alexandria. Inspired by the tales of Homer and his own ambitions of empire, Alexander the Great sketched the idea of a city onto the sparsely populated Egyptian coastline. He did not live to see Alexandria built, but his vision of a sparkling metropolis that celebrated learning and diversity was swiftly realized and still stands today. Situated on the cusp of Africa, Europe, and Asia, Alexandria became the crucible of cultural exchange between East and West for millennia, and the undisputed global capital of knowledge. Together, Greeks and Egyptians, Romans and Jews created a global knowledge capital of enormous influence. The inventive collaboration of its citizens shaped modern philosophy, science, religion, and more. Empires would lay claim to the city, from the Arabs and Ottomans to the French and British, but Alexandria's independent spirit endures. In the sweeping biography of a fascinating place, Issa takes us on a journey across millennia, rich in big ideas, brutal tragedies, and distinctive characters, from Cleopatra to Napoleon. From its humble origins to dizzying heights and present-day strife, Alexandria tells the gripping story of a city that has shaped our modern world. So, definitely looking forward to reading this as well. So, that was a very, very necessary book haul. So again, Alexandria by Issa. Germany 1923 by Volker Ullrich. Translated by because I do not want to forget the translator's name, Jefferson Chase. Source by Mark Doty. 3 plays by Thornton Wilder. And La Serenissima by Jonathan Keates. So, oh, there's an invoice stuck in here too. Cool. I did not notice. I was wondering why that was a bit weirdly. But anyway, so that is my book call. This will probably be my only video today because my mom wants to go see the 4 Children of the Apocalypse, and I think I'm going to accompany her. So, yeah. So, but it's a very nice book haul, and I'm going to enjoy reading them. So until I see you tomorrow with hopefully 2 videos, one early in the afternoon and one during my traditional weekly reads, which will be weekly reads. So, in your booktube, until I see you tomorrow, thank you, have a great afternoon, and stay safe.